Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. We got a ton to cover. I got some really interesting things to cover historically about the months we're in, or the third. I think we're in the third quarter. Don't quote me. I think we're either in or entering the third quarter, and how XRP reacts, how Bitcoin reacts. We're going to talk about that in the group. If you want to join, go to daixrp.com. That's the Patreon, or click the join button below any of my YouTube videos if you'd rather join through YouTube. Now, this is Jake Boyle with Caleb and Brown. He was interviewed yesterday. You need to listen to the folks. This market is heating up. You can see the total. I'm going to talk about the total market cap right now in a minute, but we're seeing a lot of indications that we're about to head into a potential altcoin season, an XRP season. And if you need to listen to this, because this is the kind of thing you need to do to be ready for it. Listen very closely.
Level. Correct. So because what kind of separates us a lot from an exchange is an exchange has to automate a lot of functions to service millions of customers around the world, which is a great business to have. We need these fantastic exchanges around the world. Some clients and some investors in the space, though, they're looking for something more premium, and the amount of dollar value they're trading with is off a sum where they actually need something more premium. So as an example, today, I woke up this morning in Hawaii. I've seen the markets absolutely flying. Yeah. Everything's going crazy. Every single person in our business who's customer facing is on the phone all day. Our traders are executing trades. Our accounting team is using all our banks around the world to get money out. The core thing is, though, we don't have any withdrawal limits. So if someone has an illiquid altcoin and that altcoin is held within a family trust or a self-directed IRA or a more complex investment vehicle, they can sell those coins straight into US dollars, straight into euros, straight into pounds, and we can send the entirety of those funds direct to their bank account as a cryptocurrency business without them having to worry about, we have a $5,000 withdrawal limit or anything like that.
That withdrawal limit would kill you. Also, I've had problems with exchanges, and you email them, they make a ticket, and then 48 hours they get back to you. Anything with Caleb and Brown, you get back to me, or Billy, or someone gets back to me right like that. So.
You could email me this exact second, and I'm sitting here, my phone's over there, my laptop's at home.
Bitcoin's 110, I'm going to take some profit. Let me get my phone out and put an order into you. No, I'm joking. What's hot these days?
Okay, folks, I did it last night. I was sitting watching TV last night, and I literally sent an email to a buy order to my broker at Caleb and Brown, and within minutes, he let me know that the buy order went through. I got a confirmation. I even got a PDF showing me the trade. It's freaking awesome. I mean, talk about a refreshing experience. So if you want to join, if you want to have institutional grade custody, you want to have a broker you can actually talk to, you want to have the liquidity to execute your exit strategy, go to XRP Wealth 589. I created that, XRPWealth589.com. I created that domain just to forward to my page on Caleb and Brown. You can click sign up today. Be ready for what's coming, folks. Here's what else is coming in only 6 days. We've had a massive surge in XRP ticket sales. Talked to Brad Kahn yesterday. It is on like Donkey Kong. This thing, let me tell you what, we started this, Brad Kahn started it, and I've just been helping him promote it. In 2023, it was at Treasure Island because it was extremely risky to do XRP Las Vegas because it was two YouTubers promoting it. We're the only two YouTubers that actively promote this. This thing is 2025 will be over 3 times the size of 2023. That if you saw the lines last year, lock in because you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe it. And now we're at the MGM Grand. So check it out. We've had a pullback this morning, I think because Trump announced that he was implementing tariffs on the UK because the negotiations were not going anywhere. I think that's what this is about. But the market itself has been, we were at 3.51 trillion before that announcement. I want to show you something. This is the total market cap of all of crypto. Right now, like I said, we're at 3.51 this morning. I want to show you what was going on back in, this is back in, on December 8th is where the market cap peaked, or right here, 3.72 trillion, okay? My point is that, you know, and we had gone down below, as far as down below 2 trillion in the recent pullbacks, okay? But now we're back up to the same, pretty much the same liquidity levels we were when XRP did its 5-time back in January-ish, or November through January. This is what XRP, if you look, let's see. I wanted to show you this because if you look on, let's see, around, I think XRP, let me see when XRP hit the high in its run a few months ago. It was on January the 18th, okay? Right around there, all right? Let's go look at the coin market cap on January the 18th. On January the 18th, there we are. The market cap was 3.64 trillion. We were at 3.51 this morning. The liquidity has come back. It's all there. This market is primed to do its thing. All right, this is about the Genius Act, how it's going to shift the whole market up.
Bitcoin has slipped a little after surpassing the 111,000 level for the first time. The new high came on the same day that President Trump hosted a dinner for top holders of his own meme coin. Joining us now is Bloomberg's crypto blogger, Emily Nicole. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
This week's been a bit weird in many ways for the crypto market. It's felt correlated. Now it doesn't. And in some ways, that's how it should be. But this does feel like we've seen a bit of a shift this week.
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to how Bitcoin was behaving during all the tariff chaos, it was trading very similar to what we'd see in equities. We kind of thought the narrative that Bitcoin can be a digital version of a safe haven had gone away. That has now come back in full force. We're seeing equities behave quite poorly this morning, whereas Bitcoin is up. It has slipped a little bit, as you said, back from that record high, but it's definitely still trading higher, as are other cryptocurrencies as well.
So in terms of where we go next, like I'm beginning to hear some really big numbers. So really big numbers. But what are you hearing? Where is the optimism right now? What is the expectation?
I mean, we were just saying actually between us over on the news desk this morning that, you know, the next thing that we're looking for are those big level numbers, and there's no reason why Bitcoin couldn't get there. We're starting to think of it more as that maturing asset class, that cryptocurrencies are moving towards that, especially as regulations come into force. That's been the big driver this week, the stablecoin legislation kind of progressing in the Senate. Trump continuing to be very favorable on crypto as well, is making a lot of institutional investors very confident in the asset class. So all of that is kind of building towards Bitcoin rallying further. The ETFs as well in the US tied to Bitcoin have done very well. And so as we see assets return to those kind of funds, that means that traditional players are moving into it. Retail may also be. And so all of that kind of portrays a rosier picture than you might get elsewhere.
We're focused on Bitcoin, but there's obviously other coins out there. And there's also this story floating around now that we could see banks issuing a kind of joint coin too. What are the next developments that we need to be watching out for?
Stablecoins are definitely very interesting. I mean, that's the story that you're referring to there. With the legislation potentially going to be in place in the US by August, that then gives way to regulation being on the table within the next 12 to 18 months. And that would be very positive for that industry. You know, other banks and big firms also looking to enter the space. We have legislation for stablecoins in places like Europe already, so it allows also that global harmony. And if you have dollar-pegged assets like that acting as a gateway into crypto assets like Bitcoin, that all helps with getting traditional money, you know, big money into the space that wasn't there before.
The big money. And then this is CME exec Tim McCourt on XRP Futures.
There's soon to be ETFs around XRP. And when we also looked at XRP, it's a similar story where it has a really strong use case just a little bit different in terms of, the transactions on the XRP ledger settle in 3 to 5 seconds. They're processing 1,500 transactions.
This is adult talk, by the way. This is not your local Bitcoin Maxi Pierre talking. These are suits.
Per second with minimal fees. XRP itself is a top 3 coin in market cap in terms of, and it's also very actively traded in the spot market. So it's also, when you look at this, the ability to use futures alongside their cash positions in crypto, that's a strategy a lot of traders are familiar with. So the unique and very tactile use cases of these protocols and the associated tokens, along with the fact that people are already actively trading and holding the spot the spot position, is a great use case for both sides contracts.
You better believe it. I'm going to skip that one because I got a lot here. Riz is right. This pick is fire. This was the XRP Futures launch showing on the NASDAQ. We've come a long way, folks. SEC delays, all these ETF delays, this is all just being timed, folks. There's nothing to see here because it's coming. Trump tweeted this out yesterday, heading to the crypto dinner in Loudoun County, Virginia in a little while. USA is dominating the crypto, Bitcoin, etc., and we're going to keep it that way. And then his son Eric tweets out, I hope you listen. This is just the beginning of this incredible ride. This is when he tweeted first, feels like a great time to enter Bitcoin. Here's, I'm not going to play this. You understand. Senator Cynthia Loomis is out there, digital assets. But that's fine. But when's the meeting with Brad Garlinghouse, who you haven't met with in 6 years, haven't been willing to meet with in 6 years? It's all talk until you do that. Dom from Easy A, who is coming to XRP Las Vegas and is going to have $25,000 in prizes to award to the winning builder developer. He was at the Ripple offices yesterday. Easy A, ex Ripple. Jack McDonald is going to Stablecon May 29th. He represents Ripple and the RLUSD. Major U.S. banks, including JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, are exploring issue a joint crypto stablecoin per Wall Street Journal. Watch this.
Ripple's a company of really professional people working really hard on this. That's why we chose XRP. We believe in XRP. We're not making a price prediction, but we do believe it's a coin that will have the most utility out there. Bitcoin is a store of value. I agree with Mike McGlone, but I think that XRP has a true use case. There's just no doubt about it. And the Ripple team, from the interaction we've had with them, they're really professional. They act like investment bankers over there. They know what they're doing, and they will make this work.
Now, let's show you just how, actually, I meant to put this here. Let's show you just how shallow the Bitcoin Maxi thinking is. Off of the news of those banks issuing a joint stablecoin, this Bitcoin Maxi, and you know because he's got Bitcoin in his description. Someone check on XRP holders. This is how little they understand the big picture of what's going on. Dom from Easy A, Harvard grad, corrects the guy. These people are so, I hate to use the word stupid because I think it's willful ignorance. I think that it's more of a marketing program to lie to everyone about what XRP can do. But he corrects the guy. The banks need to launch their stable coin on a blockchain like XRP Ledger, not Bitcoin. What's your point, Joe? And I said the Bitcoin fantasy land folks just can't seem to figure out the big picture. They're struggling big time. And then this was Chuck Schumer and them and Elizabeth Warren and all the bad guys. They're trying to amend the Genius Act to block President Trump's world liberty from being able to profit from stable coins. Now, I'm going to finish here. You need to hear this. I've told you very often that this guy's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. This is Michael Saylor. I don't care. If Brad Garlinghouse came out tomorrow and said this about XRP, I would tell you to run. I don't care what investment it is. Anybody says this, and this does not mean that Bitcoin's not going to go up in value. But anybody that said so I'm not saying run away from it in the short term. I think that it's going to go up a lot this year. But over the long term, if you believe what he's saying here, then you need to check yourself in somewhere. This is crazy talk.
Right? Like, the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever, Laura.
Okay? This is not the first time that people on the wrong side of history, in my opinion, have said stupid, crazy stuff like this. I'm gonna show you another one. This will be an eye-opener in the group. So we're gonna go to daixrp.com. That's the Patreon. If you'd rather join through YouTube, click the join button right below any of my YouTube videos and you can join. I'm the digital asset, and we're also going to talk about XRP price, what's going on in the months of May, June, July historically for Bitcoin, XRP. I think the next couple of months are going to be fun and crazy and wild. We're going to show you what some of these guys are talking about XRP price and what they're seeing now on the charts. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.